What up, guys? My name is Bones88. Welcome to Dragon Champions. Dragon Champions is one of my favorite games. I play it all the time. In no way am I the best player. I am completely free to play. I don't pay, well, I do a little bit, but we'll go into that today. But I'm going to give you some tips, beginner tips, if you're just starting out in this game. And hopefully you don't make some of the mistakes I did when I did it. So here we go. Okay, first of all, if you do not mind spending $5 a month, only $5, I don't make much money, but I can afford $5 a month. If you can, I suggest you do the $5 a month thing. It's worth about $75. Let me see if I can find it here. Bank. Right here, guys. Very, very good deal. You purchase 800 Drake coins, you get 200 bonus daily for 30 days. So that comes out to 6,800 total Drake coins. Now if you come down here, right here, that's about $55. That right there is just the first time you get it. So, you get that, and so it's a right around 50, 60 bucks worth of just for $5. You just get it throughout the month. I suggest doing this. Why I suggest doing that? Because if you save this and you get to 2,700 Drake coins, go here to the chest, go to premium chest, and you have the option to open up 2,700. I have some pictures of some pulls I've gotten before. I'll post them up here on the video so you guys can see them. But you will get tons of shards. I opened up about 6 or 7 of these, and I almost had nearly enough people to do anything I wanted. So, $5, or I'd say by that point about $15, and almost my whole roster was at 100. And if I'd done it free to play, I'd be struggling right now. So I strongly suggest the $5 thing. But if we go all the way down here, all these people are maxed, and I've only been playing for a few months. And see, there's people I still haven't even. I don't have the gold. The gold's a major crunch in here, so you gotta really be careful with gold and where you put it. So don't just go spending it on any tunes. And on here, I'm going to teach you who to farm, who to go for. Some are only available in some stores. Some you can farm. And the main thing is you want to get one faction has an event for a certain legendary character. Some better than others. But overall, each legendary character is pretty good. And I have a graphic here for you guys to check out. This right here. Shout out to Carnifex/NerdThis. But see, here's the whole entire orc team. You only need 5, and you can unlock them at 5-star if you have them all at 5-star. If you have all your orc team on 6-star, you can unlock Solius here at 6-star. If you have them up to 7-star, then you can unlock them at 7-star. But these events, these are all legendary characters. These events only come around every so often. So the goal here is to focus on one faction and get them high enough to where you can unlock its legendary character. What I love about this game is, unlike Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and stuff like that, you can't go wrong farming heroes here really. Do some suck? Yeah. But you can pretty much use that character for its faction towards its legendary event. And Galaxy of Heroes and stuff, it's not like that. So you can't go too wrong if you see someone that you want to farm. But here I want to kind of guide you in the right direction to know who to go for. And today, I'm going to tell you right now, go for the orcs. You may be able to, farm a little harder and get a little bit better one, but Solius still is, I would say, top 5 guaranteed, maybe even top 3. He's definitely maybe the best leader too. He is great. You can't go wrong getting him. And once you get him, he makes you as a player a lot better. And then after that, I'm probably going to suggest to you humans. They're a harder farm, but if you level these guys up enough, you should be able to get to them and farm these guys later on down the game and get him. To me, he's maybe this is more Doom here. He may be the best character in the game, in my opinion. And so, and I'll kind of rank after that where you should go. But as a beginning player, it's going to take you a while just to get these 2 factions. So I suggest humans here, and this team here is one of the best teams also. But at first, your very first team, you should go for orcs here. And I'll show you where to farm them, who's the easiest ones to farm, and all that. Alright, so I'm going to show you who to farm in your campaigns. This will be some of the first things you encounter in the game, and this is where you're going to be getting your characters overall. So, you know, once you get to about 5, it starts getting kind of hard for a beginner player. So I'm going to stop at 5 and tell you who to farm until then. So in Dawn of the Order, it's pretty much your good guy campaign. So on here, I suggest Darian is okay, but he's not great. In the end, though, you could use him for your human team. He's a human to go and get more Doom. So I wouldn't be mad at you if you leveled him up stuff, but I don't suggest it for the end game because he's not great. He is useful in a lot of things. This is Sharp. He's also used for the elf. He's one of the better elves. So you can use him for the elf faction to get their legendary character. Still wouldn't suggest putting too much into him, just enough to keep progressing on in these campaign missions. Your goal is to get to 8 and also 3-star these, so that you can, if you see their picture, then you can get their shards. So if you go there and you battle or you instant do it, you can only instantly simulate it if you have 3 stars. And so, but see, you get a chance to get that shard. She also is valuable in their event, so you can go for them too. I don't suggest doing much with her. She's not that great. Her name's Foul. Master Duo, I wouldn't worry about him at the moment. She is an orc, so she's essential to the orcs, really, if you want to try to unlock Soleus. And just getting Soleus at 5-star, just getting all these guys, all your orcs to 5-star will unlock him and will make a huge difference for you. Kagi, I don't recommend until maybe later on in the game. I don't recommend doing anything to Adam here until later on in the game. She's a great orc. She's the leader of the orcs, so she's essential if you're going to get the orcs. So I would definitely put a lot in getting her. Rantha here. When you get to her at 3, start farming her at the most because she's who you want. And 4 here. I would wait on her. She's not very good. Her name's Hera, I believe. Yeah, Hera. He's very good. Go for him. He will help you in the humans getting more Doom. I suggest you go for him too. But the best tactical way is focusing in on a faction. So I'm telling you to get this, and that character, but you really want to focus on the orcs probably until at least they're 5-star. And then you can go work on the humans till they're 5-star, so you can get your more Doom. But he is an orc. I would say he's very essential to the legendary event to get Soleus. So I recommend you get Corcoran here. Corcoran. He's good, but don't go for him as a beginner. Don't even try it. So here, the last one, like I said, there's even better people out here, but you don't want to worry about them right now until you get past 5. And so he's a great human. He will be used to get more Doom. I suggest he puts out a lot of damage. I suggest that you go for Snorri there. I am not a fan of. You can use him for the elf event, but I do not like Kellarian. I don't suggest that you put any resources into him. Don't worry about the goblins right now. Great team, but do not worry about them. Salvador here, he's Pride. He's just a good overall character when you're beginning. He's a really good tank. So if you're not being able to get past some of these things, you can level him up a little bit, and he'll be really good for a tank for you. And I'll just go ahead and hurry up and go to 6. Honestly, Mar here, he's very essential to the orcs. He puts out lots and lots of damage. Good AoE. I suggest you go for him also. Don't worry about the pandas right now. Venomate's good, but he's a demon. I wouldn't worry about him right now. She's one of the better characters in the game. Nightingale is her name, but you won't be able to get her till way later on. But when you get there, I suggest farming her. He's a good healer. Patriarch Key is a very good healer, and he's a leader. But once again, he's a panda. I wouldn't worry about that until you get these orcs and humans in line. And then at 8, this guy right here, he'll be essential to your human team. So you won't, like I said, you probably won't be able to form your human team completely until you get up here in 8th, and it's hard. It gets hard. So I suggest going for orcs first. But when you get to this, farm this guy immediately. He is a great, one of the best top 10 characters in the game. Same thing with her. She's a demon. She won't help you with the humans or the orcs, but she's a great tune, and she's needed for the demon event too. So that's just the good guy side. That was Dawn of the Order. Now let's go over to Rage of the Clans, which is essentially the villain campaign. And you'll find opportunities to farm other characters on both sides. So it'll make it easier when you can spend energy on both sides. Kagi, don't worry about. Once again, here's an orc. This is Martha. She's not that great in the end game, but you kind of need her for the orc event. Adam, no, don't worry about him right now. He's not even that great. Once again, you get her in the first node here, so go for Rantha. She's one of the best orcs you can get. Don't worry about the panda. They're sharp, like I said. He's okay, but I wouldn't go for him. She's decent, but I wouldn't go for him. If you want to work towards a human, you can work towards him, but I don't suggest doing it. I just mainly want to focus on orcs if you can. But if you've gotten all the orcs that are in the campaigns and want to focus on someone else, do these humans. I'm showing you. Foul, don't worry about her. Don't worry about him. He's a goblin. Goblins I've done kind of like... Goblins are the only thing I don't have right now. So I'm farming towards them right now. And supposedly they're the best team in the game, but I haven't gotten them yet, so I can't tell you if they are or not. Robin bad. He's a human, but he's terrible. I wouldn't even... Don't put anything into him. He's bad. Okay, once again, Kellerian, I wouldn't do that. Hera, I wouldn't do that. He's a goblin, I wouldn't do that. He's a good character, but you just don't want pandas right now, so don't worry about him. Selena's a human, which she's just became farmable recently. I don't have her. So if you want to farm her to put towards your human team, that'll be alright. And Snorri, they both are on humans. Here's Corcorum again. He's an orc, so you need... This whole node's a pretty good node of... If you farm these three, you'd be alright heading forward. Mar, he's very essential. So I would focus on him. No, Singiel, I'd not to do that. He's one of the worst characters. Singiel is one of the worst characters. Viren the Trickster, one of the worst characters. He looks cool, but one of the worst characters. Do not get him. And then we're right back to this guy. If you can farm him, farm him. I'm forgetting his name real quick. Freezard. He's bad. He's good. Tromgar. Now you only see him when you get up to here. There's a reason for that, because you mainly get him when you log in and you do some achievements. You get shards of him. So after a while, you'll just automatically have him or unlock him. So you don't have to work too hard for him. But I suggest, as soon as you get his node, farm him to make it even quicker, because to this day, he's stayed from the start of this game to today. He stayed one of the best top 5, maybe at least top 10 characters in the game. He's one of the best tanks. His kit is just amazing. I suggest going for him, and he helps you with the orcs. He's a given. You have to have him, or you won't be able to do the orc event. But you should have him unlocked without farming him, just because of all the achievements. He's Pride. He looks cool, but don't go for him right now. She's a demon. Xantara. She's a good healer. I'm not a fan of her. I've never used her much, but everyone else talks about her and how much they love her. But demons, you'll need her, but don't worry about that right now. And then her, once again, Nightiel. She's important to be successful in the game. You definitely have to get her, because she goes well with Solius, who you'll unlock with the orcs, and she synergizes with Solius. So if you want to have a good arena team, you gotta have her. So there's Kyra, a great, one of the best tunes, and she's for the demons. Definitely suggest you gotta have her. You get more goblins. You don't need the goblins, but I heard they're really good. And then he's a demon. What's his name? He's the tank for the demons. He'll be required to have for the demon event. And mind you, some factions have more than 5 characters. You can have any demons or any pandas or any orcs or any humans, as long as there's 5 of them at the level and gear requirements that it requires. But I'm just suggesting like some of the ones you can use for that. So that's Rage of the Clans, and that's the good and the bad campaigns. Then you have Demon Invasion, and it's a lot harder. And but there's not as many nodes, but it'll take you a while to get through here. And so once again, just more of the same people you keep seeing, but the more you unlock, the more places you can farm them faster. So once again, I suggest this guy here, Eric Shieldbreaker. He's good. He helps you a lot with humans, and you get a lot of use out of him. Corcoran, not the greatest, but you need him for the orc event. Like, I guarantee you'll need him. Singiel, terrible. I didn't even use him in the elf event. Puncherface, he's a good alternative for the demon event if you want to use him for that. You'll need Venomate for the demon event. Once again, you're not focused on that, but just letting you know who you kind of want to go for. Do not go for him. He's trash. Robin, his name's Robin Bad, if that tells you anything. So he sucks. Slinger, you need him for the demon event. He's a great leader, and he feeds turn meter and all that. So definitely go for him when you can. But definitely not, you're still trying to do orcs and everything. Goblin, I wouldn't worry about him until later on in the game. There's Antara, she's a demon. So I'd go for like demons third, because they're really easy to farm later on in the game. And let's go back and look. They have what are the demons unlock here? They get Murdoch, and he's probably the third best legendary in my opinion. He has summons. He has this crazy. Deals a lot of damage, so you cannot go wrong doing demons third. And that's probably who I suggest. So orcs, humans, and demons third. And those three are going to take you forever as it is. So I suggest doing that. So yeah, don't worry about him. Oh guys, Cruel. She's a rare farm. This is the first time we've seen her. But when you get to her, go all out. She can copy an enemy. She can make a clone of an enemy and put it on your team. She is meta. She's one of the best characters in the game. So I strongly suggest her. And her name is Cruel. Kind of like Cruella. Patriarch Key, can't go wrong with him, but I would wait till later on. I waited till way later on to get him and work on him for the Panda event. Goblins, don't worry about that. Tromgar, definitely go for him. If you don't have him all the way to 7-star, get him 7-star. Goblins, no. There's another demon, I would wait on him until way later. But yeah, that's the campaign energy, and this is just for your mods. So if you want, this is where you get your heart ones, and you're only gonna get one or two. You want more than that, but it's not gonna give you 10. Starting out, this is where you're getting your mods, and these are very important. You got critical chance, I think critical damage, I believe. Yep. Tenacity. Yep. I know my runes. Pure damage, I believe. Yep, damage. Potency. Speed. These are, if you want a lot of speed. Speed's the biggest attribute of this game. The more speed a character has, the more likely it's going to win. You have more, you're taking more attacks than the other team is if you're faster than it. So go full speed, man. If you've never played a character collecting game, speed is where it's at. And some people don't like speed runes. Well, no. People don't like the speed attribute in games, actually, and I agree with them, because it all comes down to runes at that point, or mods. But anyways, that's where you get your speed ones. So each one's a different thing, and each characters need other ones. But like I said, that's a whole nother video I'll have to show about mods. So that's where you go to get your farm your stuff there, and now you got to go to the shops. Each shop has its very own currency for every different mode. Market, this is your general, where you can spend your premium, your Dre coins. That's your premium currency. This is where you can spend that. I don't suggest doing that. It's a waste of your money unless you really need a gear piece and you have a ton of it. If you buy that $5 package, then I think you'd be great. You'd be fine, and you can spend money on gear. I do that, but I would suggest spending your Dre coins on premium chests, 10-time premium chests. Don't buy the single ones. Save it up, buy the premium chests, and when you have enough characters that you're satisfied at 7 stars, Then start spending your Dre coins on gear. That's the second, most important thing in gearing up your characters. But always go shards first. With that being said, here what I do is these are just cheap things, and to get your daily achievement, you have to buy 3 things in here, I think. And I just buy the cheap gear. You'll use it eventually. I don't buy anything else here. This is all gear I was telling you about, but it's helpful whenever you don't want to spend the time. But that's about all I do on this every day. Tournaments. It's very hard to get this currency. You do tournaments here. This is where you get the currency. You do tournaments here. Every tournament has different prerequisites. Hold on, I just beat it. Whenever that comes up, that means the tournament's over and you get rewards. There's my rank. You go to join. It'll tell you need this and this character, or a couple of these types of character, and every one of them is different. So it's kind of cool. It changes it up. It makes it kind of competitive. I don't mind it. It's not bad. Either way, whenever that's done after 2 days and 23 hours, then you'll get your rewards, and then that goes into the tournaments. Now I have 400. You just saw I had 23, so after that I have 400. I've been trying to get the rest of Ren, so I'm going to buy that. But just save it up and only spend on these characters, because these characters that come up here are great characters. I haven't seen any bad characters. So just pick one that you have an eye on, that you want to build on, and it's going to take a while, but just spend that currency on that one character when it pops up. Because not always will these 2 pop up. It's something different. It's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different characters that come up here. Other than that, I don't ever spend it on. You're going to have a crunch for these blue scrolls. It's a crunch. This and gold, you got to save these up and only spend them on the people that need it to be spent on. Because you cannot waste these blue scrolls. The green ones you'll find. This is the beginner one. This is like the 2nd tier. This is the 3rd tier. Believe it or not, I have tons of these. Tons of them. Tons of these, but none of the blue ones. You'll use a lot of these. So save these up and do not spend them unless you're a specific character you need to level up. So with that being said, just farm these characters here. Guild. You'll do your guild will do like activities, not together, but like you guys just meet goals or whatever, and every day you get so much guild token, and you might get some. I'm guessing you get some for whenever you do complete like a raid or something. I'm guessing you get it. And once again, just find the people. Usually these are all common people that I've went through the campaigns and told you who to get and who not to get. They just farm those characters. Like there's a human, there's Rantha. I'd be going for those 2 right now. But they're random. They change all the time. So I can't just tell you, oh, go for this person, go for that. Just if you see an orc person, then go for the orc. If you see a human, I would go for the human. Other than that, just save your currency up and only spend it on there. After you've gotten everyone in the store to 7 stars, don't do this until you have some 7 stars. But then I start looking and seeing if I need some gear. If it's underneath 150, I'll usually buy it. Or if there's a ton of people, then I'll buy it. And that's all I spend on my guild currency now is gear. Sorry, but I do not suggest just buying this unless you have all the shards above that I just showed you. Now arena. I stayed about around 70 in arena. It's really hard. It's really competitive. We just hit the 1 million mark yesterday, so congrats, Dragon Champions and the community. It's getting pretty big, so I think this game's going to keep going. So even then you get about maybe 500 to 700 energy if you can stay in the top 100 a day. So you're only going to buy someone out of here once or twice. I've been playing long enough that I have all these characters. So what I do is I just build the currency up and then I buy people I already have, and that converts into energy that goes into these stars. So what I'm saying is, whenever you get an extra shard of someone that you already have over 7 stars, that shard will turn into currency, and it shoots into this currency right here. And those shards convert into that currency, and you can buy gear here. So when you're first starting out, that's not going to matter. But after a while, you'll start getting a lot of this currency. You'll keep getting a lot of shards that you already have, and you can buy this gear. And it's got a lot of good gear in here. I'm usually buying everything that's in here. And so after a while, these stores won't really be for shards, and they'll be more for gear. And so that's about it. You know, they have their offer, or this is their chest, and they have offers. And guys, I'm telling you, if you want to spend money in here, they make it worthwhile. The devs listen to you. It's not Star Wars Galaxy Heroes where they suck you dry. If you're paying money here, they reward you pretty well. And that makes me want to show another thing here. Is a new thing they did a few months ago is they have this battle pass. I don't have a lot of money, so I don't buy this, but I suggest that you do if you have the money. Once again, I don't really like whaling. I'm a free-to-play player, but this game makes it very easy to. If you spend a little bit of money, they give you a lot. So the thing about this is that if you do, quests, every month they set up quests, and if you do them, they give you points, and it fills this bar up. And every milestone, you get something. You see what I'm saying? It builds up, and you get something for that. Well, if you're free to play, you just get this here. But if you're pay to, not pay to play, but if you buy this package for $10 a month, you'll get these extra ones. And somewhere it says rewards here, and this kind of compares to what you get. And if you're playing the in-game, I'm sure you've looked at this and kind of got an idea what it is. But I suggest this. This is, you get a lot. This right here is, at least about $100, I bet. I could be wrong. I don't really know how to place value on a lot of this, but these are rare. $2 million, that's quite a bit. You still get 2,600 things back. Like, yeah, that's probably almost $100. 100 shards, any shard is worth money. So I suggest that too. If you do that and the $5 thing, $15 a month, you'll catch up quickly and you'll have a lot of fun with this game. Alright, so that's about it. If you farm these characters, be smart with your energy and currency, you'll find yourself kicking ass real quick and dragging champions. They make it really fun. It's a great game. It's a new game, so be patient with it. And that's the thing with all these character collecting games. Patience is a virtue. Just stay focused on your characters. Just do what I showed you. There might be some things I missed out. If you have other questions, let me know. We'll make a part 2 video, or we'll do a video about runes or raids or anything you have a question about. So just let me know. But remember, patience is a virtue. Stay focused. Work hard on it. And after a while, you'll find yourself, wow, I'm kicking butt now, like before you even know it. So like I said, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll cover it. I have no problem with it. So take care, guys. Have a good one.